Hey guys, Tiff here, and I am not at my house. I'm actually in Florida visiting family, which is super exciting. As most of you know, my husband is currently deployed to the Middle East, so we came down here to spend the holidays with family, and I realized in packing up, I forgot my ring light, so it's a little dim, but I'm super excited about today's topic, and it's why the scale may not be your best friend. So everybody knows that you cannot outwork a bad diet. You cannot have regular dates with the drive-through, or the donut shop, and less frequent dates with the gym, and expect your health not to suffer. So the relationship that you have with your scale could actually be more toxic to your well-being than that of like going to the gym and the struggle with your nutrition and whatnot. So what I want to do is share with you guys today how you can say, or maybe why you should say bye-bye to that scale. They're not, one reason is they're not always accurate. So like the scales at, say, the doctor's office that they have to like move the thing over. I know a lot of places are digital, but like gyms, a lot of gyms, like I know my local YMCA has a one where you have to like move the number over. Those actually need to be calibrated very frequently, and they're not. So they're not the most accurate. So if you insist on weighing yourself, make sure, number one, that you use the same scale every time. And number two, make sure it's a digital one, because that is going to give you a more accurate reading. So tip number two of why you need to say goodbye to your scale is it takes away the focus from how you feel. That scale is just a number. And if you focus on that number, it will ultimately take away from that bigger picture, which is you feeling better about yourself, being focused on healthy activities that you are doing daily. You have to focus on maybe the fact that you are running 3 times a week now. You're able to chase after your kids where before you weren't. That's what you need to focus on. Or maybe in yoga, you're able to touch your toes because you have been consistently going to yoga. So you really do need to focus on the bigger picture, and not that number is just a number. It does not define you. So when we talk about the big picture, the scale can actually take away from the big picture. It's going to subtract from that big picture. So weight loss from week to week can change, and that's normal. But what you want to focus on is the trend. So if you are weighing yourself daily, you have ups and downs daily, but it's that trend over time where you're consistently losing that is going to allow you to stay focused on those long-term goals and finding a weight that allows you to perform, to allow your body to perform at its peak. So my next tip, guys, is it can really be addictive. And a lot of times we tend to attach meaning to things than is rational. So like I said before, like that number on that scale does not define you, but it can become very addictive. And this really does happen. As women, we often feel pressure to look a certain way, be a certain weight, a certain size, present ourselves a certain way. And the weight, that number on the scale, is an easy way to measure how we stack up against others, since there's that visible number. But you cannot attach that number to your self-worth, because it is not your self-worth. You are so much more than that number on the scale. And if you're checking your scale more when something in your life isn't maybe going just right, it's time to get rid of that scale. So, my next and final tip is that you are more likely to use unhealthy weight loss methods. That scale, guys, it really can sabotage your goals and what you really want to accomplish in your life, health and fitness wise. It has been found that those who consider themselves frequent scale users are 80% more likely than people who are less vigilant about the scale to take drastic measures to shed fat. This is where people tend to fall into the skipping meals, fasting, laxatives, vomiting, to speed up their weight loss. It's a lot of times this is where your, oh my gosh, I just lost my train of thought. Your binge eating, your anorexia, those type of eating disorders, that's what I was looking for, can come into play, especially in young people. The media, the magazines, TV, it all does not, all those pictures and everything, that stuff is airbrushed, guys. I don't know if you know that, but it is all airbrushed. They airbrush out stretch marks and cellulite and, any kind of blemish on your body. Those pictures, they take it out. They airbrush it. So you're comparing yourself to something that doesn't even exist. So guys, in reality, the scale is a great way to have a starting point, but honestly, weigh yourself and put the scale away. And then in, 60 days, weigh yourself again, or even in 30 days. But do not become a prisoner to your scale, because it really honestly does not define you. It's just a number, and I can guarantee you 145 pound one person could look very different on another person. So that number is just a number. And sometimes it's a way to gauge, okay, yeah, I've lost this much weight. But in reality, guys, if you are focused and you have health and fitness goals that you want to reach, it really should be about how you feel, how your clothes feel, and how your overall fitness performance is, not that number on the scale, because it is just a number. It does not define you. So I hope this was helpful, you guys. I hope that you found it helpful. If you did, please share this video. Give it a thumbs up. If you haven't, please subscribe and show me some love. I would love to have you as a regular. And I am super excited for the coming year. This year has been absolutely amazing. But I know 2018 is just going to be phenomenal. So I hope you all have a very, very Merry Christmas, and I will talk to you all next week. Bye-bye.